The scene unfolds across open terrain in the Zaporizhzhia direction. A Russian military truck carrying a group of soldiers moves steadily toward Ukrainian defensive lines. From above, a Ukrainian drone detects the movement and closes distance without being noticed. The soldiers remain unaware of the threat until the drone accelerates and commits, striking the vehicle as it crosses the exposed field. A group of Russian soldiers panic and scatter as a Ukrainian drone relentlessly pursues them from behind. The following footage likely takes place near a ruined village in Chernihiv Oblast. A Ukrainian drone observes and tracks a lone Russian soldier moving slowly along a tree line at the edge of the settlement. Fatigue or prolonged pressure from the front line appears to dull his awareness. He focuses only on the path ahead, seemingly unaware that a Ukrainian drone is following directly behind him, despite the clearly audible engine noise. At one point, a piece of plastic becomes tangled around his boot, yet he continues walking without stopping to remove it. As the soldier approaches the village and nears a roadside utility pole, the trailing Ukrainian drone closes the distance. With the position fully confirmed, the drone accelerates and commits, ending the movement under direct aerial observation. A heavy Ukrainian drone accelerates toward a group of Russian soldiers hiding beside disabled armored vehicles, confirming the position from above before closing in under direct aerial pressure. A Ukrainian drone is observed striking a dugout position. In the moments following the impact, 3 Russian soldiers panic and rush out of the shelter, splitting up as they attempt to escape. 2 of the soldiers move together and take cover behind a nearby tree. Shortly afterward, another Ukrainian drone descends and attacks that position, but both soldiers appear to remain mobile. One stays concealed at the tree, while the other breaks away and runs to a shallow pit a short distance away. At the same time, a separate drone pursues the third soldier, forcing him to circle around a tree in an attempt to evade. After the pursuit fails to produce an opening, the drone disengages and redirects, diving into the shallow pit to engage the soldier who sought cover there. The following situation is recorded by a Ukrainian drone over a snow-covered field in the Pokrovsk direction. A Russian soldier moves across the open terrain in a constant combat posture, his weapon raised and aimed upward as a Ukrainian drone circles above him. Aware of the threat, he continues forward at a steady pace while the drone maintains altitude, orbiting patiently and applying continuous pressure. When the drone suddenly accelerates and closes distance, the soldier reacts, attempting to fire upward in a last effort to disrupt the approach. The attempt fails. The drone maintains alignment and commits, ending the movement under direct aerial control. The next sequence unfolds near the Pokrovsk direction. A Russian tank carrying several soldiers on top moves across open terrain toward Ukrainian defensive lines. From above, a Ukrainian drone detects the movement and begins a rear approach. Moments later, the drone commits and strikes the tank. The initial impact triggers immediate panic. Soldiers riding on the vehicle and members of the crew abandon it, scattering across the field in disorganized retreat, leaving the tank isolated and stationary. A short time later, another Ukrainian drone arrives overhead and conducts a follow-up attack. After the second strike, flames erupt from the vehicle. Thick smoke follows, and the tank burns uncontrollably before being completely destroyed, confirming the loss of the platform under sustained aerial pressure. The following moment occurs near a shallow trench. A Ukrainian drone releases a munition into the position, striking the trench directly. Moments later, a Russian soldier emerges from the debris and rubble, visibly disoriented. Instead of attempting to flee, he raises his hands and uses clear hand signals toward the drone, indicating surrender. The aircraft remains overhead and does not engage again, accepting the surrender and ending the encounter without further attack. The next scene shows a Russian soldier lying wounded on the ground, raising his hands and repeatedly gesturing toward a Ukrainian drone hovering overhead. In a moment of desperation, he points toward his nearby comrade, signaling for the drone to strike the other soldier instead. The attempt fails. The drone maintains position and does not respond to the gesture. As the soldier slowly drags himself toward the edge of an open field, the drone stabilizes above him and releases a grenade, ending the encounter under direct aerial control. The following situation unfolds in a heavily damaged residential area in the Kostiantynivka direction. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects a Russian soldier hiding inside a ruined house. The circumstances are unclear. He may be separated from his unit or retreating under pressure, but his behavior suggests an attempt to avoid further contact. From above, the position is quietly observed and confirmed. Unaware that he has already been identified, the soldier remains inside the structure, believing the rubble provides protection. Moments later, a Ukrainian FPV drone arrives over the area, descends with controlled speed, and commits to the position, ending the attempt to hide under direct aerial observation. The next situation unfolds near a forest edge in the Zaporizhzhia sector, an area under intense contest. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects a group of Russian soldiers operating beside an armored vehicle that appears to have stopped only moments earlier. Several soldiers spread out around the vehicle to provide security, while others climb back inside, likely attempting to establish a temporary defensive position. The sighting is immediately relayed to a nearby Ukrainian drone unit, and multiple FPV drones are redirected toward the location. As the first drone arrives, it descends rapidly, exploiting the brief pause in movement. Without delay, the aircraft commits, maneuvering directly into the armored vehicle and striking from inside. The situation unfolds near a ruined residential area in the Pokrovsk direction. A Ukrainian drone detects a group of Russian soldiers operating close to the damaged buildings and moving into a collapsed house for cover. The aircraft holds position overhead, assessing movement and confirming the structure is being used as a hiding place. Moments later, 2 additional soldiers enter the same building, reinforcing the position. With the location confirmed and no further movement outside, a Ukrainian drone descends and commits, striking the structure and ending the attempt to conceal activity inside the ruins. The situation unfolds along a forest edge. A Russian soldier is concealed inside a shallow pit near the base of a tree, relying on minimal cover. Moments later, a Ukrainian drone descends rapidly, confirms the position, and commits, ending the attempt to hide under direct aerial observation. The next sequence takes place on a snow-covered field. A Ukrainian drone closes in on a Russian soldier moving across open ground. As the aircraft approaches, the soldier repeatedly changes direction, weaving and sidestepping to disrupt the drone's approach. After several tense moments of maneuvering, the drone pulls back slightly, realigns, and then accelerates forward, committing to the engagement. The next sequence shows a Ukrainian drone closing in on a Russian soldier moving along a dirt road. As the aircraft approaches, the soldier suddenly panics and breaks into a run, but the distance collapses too quickly. Nearby, a second Russian soldier attempts to flee as another Ukrainian drone descends. He stumbles and falls before reaching cover, leaving no time to recover or escape. The footage captures a Russian tank advancing along a dirt road running alongside a tree line, tracked continuously by a Ukrainian drone from above. Moments later, a strike drone descends and commits. Following the impact, the tank veers sharply, crashing through several trees before breaking off into an adjacent open field. The vehicle comes to a halt, suggesting mechanical damage or loss of control. Shortly after, a crew member panics and exits the tank, dropping prone on the snow-covered ground nearby. After a brief pause with no immediate follow-up strike, 2 additional Russian soldiers emerge from the vehicle. Disoriented, they sprint toward the tree line in an attempt to escape. The previously exposed crewman rises and joins them, and all 3 move together along the trees, fleeing the area under continued aerial observation. The following situation unfolds inside a recently damaged village in the Konstantinovka direction. A Ukrainian drone conducts a methodical search inside a ruined building, tracking a Russian soldier believed to be hiding within. The aircraft moves room by room, scanning corners, debris, and collapsed interiors. After several passes, the drone pauses near a closed doorway, where its thermal sensor detects faint movement behind the structure. Instead of committing immediately, the operator holds position and waits. Moments later, believing the danger is past, the soldier opens the door to check outside. The hesitation is brief. The drone accelerates forward and commits at close range, ending the encounter under precise aerial control. In the Donetsk area, a Russian soldier moves across a snow-covered field. As he reaches the center, the growing sound of a drone echoes overhead. He stops, hoping that staying still will avoid detection. The attempt fails. The drone accelerates, closes distance, and attacks within moments. The next footage takes place inside a forested area in the Lyman direction. A Russian soldier attempts to flee and dive beneath a fallen tree as a Ukrainian drone closes in from above. Not far away, another soldier runs before stumbling and falling as the drone commits to the approach. Elsewhere, a third soldier tries to circle around a tree trunk, changing direction repeatedly in an effort to evade a descending Ukrainian drone. But the maneuver fails. Nearby, another soldier rests carelessly beneath a fallen tree and is detected almost immediately by a separate drone. In another moment, a panicked soldier breaks into a run toward a nearby house as a drone approaches. Finally, 2 Russian soldiers hiding inside a damaged shed in a ruined area are discovered, and a Ukrainian drone enters the structure and commits, ending the attempt to conceal their position.